Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from NFL News Now. The Philadelphia Eagles delivered a statement performance on Sunday afternoon at Lincoln Financial Field, showing not only their dominance over a divisional rival, but also the resilience that has become a hallmark of this team in 2025. Facing off against the New York Giants, the Eagles seemed determined to leave no doubt about their intentions this season, and by the final whistle, they had certainly made their point. With a decisive 38-20 victory, Philadelphia not only improved its record to an impressive 6-2, but also served a measure of revenge against the Giants, who had proven a thorn in their side in previous matchups. The game had everything fans could hope for: explosive plays, strategic brilliance, and moments that had supporters on the edge of their seats. But for a brief period in the third quarter, the energy in the stadium turned from exhilaration to concern when Saquon Barkley, the Eagles' star running back, appeared to sustain an injury. It happened in what should have been a routine display of athleticism. Barkley, known for his combination of speed, agility, and power, broke free on a long run that left defenders grasping at air. The stadium erupted as fans jumped to their feet, cheering for what looked like yet another highlight in Barkley's already remarkable season. But then, just as the run reached its climax, Barkley pulled up, grimacing in obvious discomfort. The initial sight of the star player wincing set off a wave of anxiety among the Eagles' faithful. In a game that was increasingly trending in Philadelphia's favor, the decision was made to keep Barkley on the sidelines rather than risk further injury. Even so, the sight of him retreating to the bench left everyone wondering, how serious was this? How would this impact the Eagles as they looked ahead to the critical stretch of the season? After the game, Barkley himself addressed the injury, providing the kind of reassurance that only a competitor with his reputation can deliver. Calm, composed, and characteristically forthright, he acknowledged the groin discomfort but made it clear that he was not overly concerned. In fact, Barkley even expressed a desire to return to action, a testament to his competitive spirit and commitment to the team. It was precisely this attitude, his willingness to push through discomfort and prioritize team success, that makes Barkley such a pivotal figure in Philadelphia's offensive arsenal. Yet, the Eagles' coaching staff, weighing both the current state of the game and the long-term health of their star player, made the strategic call to hold him out. With the game increasingly under control and victory all but assured, the prudent choice was to preserve Barkley's health rather than chase heroics in the waning moments of the third quarter. The broader picture, however, is far from alarming. Experts and insiders quickly weighed in on Barkley's condition, and the consensus has been overwhelmingly positive. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network provided clarity on Monday, reassuring fans that Barkley's injury was minor and should not impact his availability moving forward. According to Rappaport, had the game been tighter, Barkley likely would have returned, which is a strong indicator that the groin issue is not severe. It's one thing to sit out a game for precautionary reasons when victory is nearly assured, and it's another to be sidelined because of a genuine concern. In this case, all signs point to the former. Rappaport emphasized that the upcoming bye week couldn't have come at a better time for the Eagles, offering a perfect opportunity for rest, recovery, and strategic fine-tuning. For Barkley, it means a chance to fully heal, ensuring that when Philadelphia faces the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football in Week 10, he will be at full strength and ready to make an impact. The timing of the bye week is a strategic boon for the Eagles. In recent weeks, Philadelphia's offense has started to find a rhythm that has many analysts and fans buzzing with excitement. Quarterback play, offensive line cohesion, and the dynamic combination of Barkley and A.J. Brown have all contributed to an attack that is increasingly difficult for opponents to predict or contain. The team's momentum was already building, and the brief pause provided by the bye week allows the coaching staff to fine-tune strategies, assess player conditions, and reinforce the strengths that have propelled them to a 6-2 record. For fans, it's a chance to catch a breath and enjoy the confidence that comes with knowing their star players are on the mend, healthy, and poised to return stronger than ever. Looking ahead, the matchup against the Green Bay Packers promises to be a defining moment in the Eagles' season. Monday Night Football brings heightened visibility, intense competition, and the opportunity for Philadelphia to make a national statement. Having both Barkley and Brown back at full health will be crucial for executing the game plan that has been carefully crafted by the coaching staff. Barkley's ability to break tackles, accelerate through gaps, and maintain a punishing yet graceful running style is central to the Eagles' offensive identity. His health not only impacts his personal performance, but also dictates how defenses must allocate resources, potentially opening opportunities for receivers and creating space for other playmakers. The implications of his groin injury, therefore, extend beyond a single game or moment. They touch the very fabric of Philadelphia's offensive strategy. Fans and commentators alike have every reason to feel optimistic. The initial scare against the Giants has been mitigated by professional evaluation and confirmation that the injury is minor. Barkley's own attitude, combined with the cautious but forward-thinking decisions of the coaching staff, paints a picture of a team that is both competitive and responsible. Injuries are an inevitable part of football, but the way a team responds to them often defines their trajectory over the course of a season. In this case, the Eagles have responded with prudence, foresight, and the kind of strategic planning that separates good teams from great ones. With Barkley healthy and the bye week providing a crucial window for recovery, Philadelphia is in an ideal position to continue its climb in the standings, maintain offensive momentum, and prepare for the high-stakes matchups that lie ahead. Ultimately, the story of the Eagles' Sunday victory over the Giants is twofold. It is a tale of triumph on the scoreboard and a narrative of careful management off it. The 38-20 win is, on its own, a moment of celebration, showcasing the skill, preparation, and execution that make this Eagles squad formidable. Yet, the management of Saquon Barkley's minor injury serves as a reminder that football is as much about strategy, foresight, and player preservation as it is about athletic prowess. By choosing not to risk their star player unnecessarily, Philadelphia has not only protected Barkley, but also signaled to fans and opponents alike that this team is thinking several moves ahead. The road to the playoffs is long, demanding, and fraught with challenges, but with Barkley back in top form, A.J. Brown complementing his talent, and a coaching staff willing to balance risk with reward, the Eagles are well-positioned to navigate the season successfully. As Eagles fans savor the victory, the narrative is clear. There is no reason for concern. Saquon Barkley, despite a brief moment of worry, remains a cornerstone of Philadelphia's offense, and the team's decision-making underscores a commitment to long-term success over short-term spectacle. The upcoming bye week is not a setback, but a strategic pause, allowing players to rest, recover, and refine their game, ensuring that when they return to the field against the Packers, they do so at full strength, ready to dominate. For Philadelphia, the message is unequivocal. The Eagles are healthy, focused, and flying high. Fans can relax, celebrate the victory over the Giants, and look forward to the exciting weeks ahead, confident that their star running back is not only okay, but prepared to continue dazzling the NFL with the speed, power, and agility that make him one of the league's most thrilling players to watch. In short, Eagles fans, the future is bright, the team is strong, and Saquon Barkley is ready to lead the charge as Philadelphia continues its pursuit of glory. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. Jalen Hurts, the rising star of the Philadelphia Eagles, has finally broken his silence on one of the most talked-about issues swirling around the franchise this offseason. And let's just say, it's the kind of bombshell that's going to have every Eagles fan and NFL insider talking for weeks. In an exclusive statement that seems straight out of a Hollywood script, Hurts didn't hold back, making it clear that there's tension, drama, and perhaps even a simmering sense of frustration within the team. Nobody on this team wants him back at the Eagles, Hurts reportedly said, a line that has instantly set off a chain reaction across social media, podcasts, and sports talk shows nationwide. The way he delivered it, the words carried the weight of someone who's seen the inner workings of a locker room, who knows the politics, the alliances, and maybe even the rivalries that simmer quietly beneath the surface. You can almost hear the echo in Lincoln Financial Field, a stadium that has seen triumphs, heartbreaks, and now, potentially, the unraveling of a story that has captured the imagination of fans from coast to coast. This statement from Hurts didn't come in isolation. There have been murmurs, whispers, and subtle hints that the Eagles' locker room dynamics have been shifting behind the scenes for months. Analysts have pointed to subtle changes in body language during interviews, the way certain players interact on the sidelines, and even the tone of conversations caught on post-game pressers. And now, with Hurts stepping into the spotlight, those whispers are transforming into headlines. The very fact that Hurts feels compelled to speak out suggests that whatever is happening internally is no longer just internal. It's spilling over into the public consciousness, and fans are hungry for every detail. The NFL world thrives on this kind of drama, the kind where contracts, loyalty, and personal ambitions collide in ways that are as unpredictable as they are compelling. Hurts' statement is more than a comment. It's a window into a tension-filled ecosystem, one where trust, camaraderie, and respect are constantly negotiated and sometimes withdrawn entirely. What makes this revelation even more fascinating is the timing. The Eagles have been in a period of transition, balancing the pursuit of championships with the realities of a roster in flux. Rumors about player dissatisfaction, trade possibilities, and coaching strategies have always hovered in the background, but rarely has a key figure like Jalen Hurts addressed the issue so bluntly. His words now force everyone, from fans to commentators to the front office, to confront a question that may have been quietly simmering. Just how cohesive is this team behind the glossy headlines and triumphant Instagram posts? The narrative that Hurts presents is one of unease, of a locker room where allegiances might be fractured, and where certain players feel that the presence of a returning figure, whose identity he hints at but does not explicitly name, is not welcome. The implication alone is enough to send a ripple through the fan base. People are already speculating. Who exactly is Hurts talking about? Is it a former star looking for a comeback? A veteran whose influence has waned? Or is it a symbol of a larger conflict, representing unresolved issues that have quietly plagued the franchise? Sources close to the team have suggested that this is not merely a headline-seeking comment, but a reflection of underlying sentiments that have been percolating all season. Locker room politics in the NFL are notoriously complex, often hidden beneath layers of camaraderie and public smiles. But those who have followed Hurts' career know that he is not the type to speak carelessly. Every word he chooses carries weight, and the fact that he opted to go on record, without filters, without the usual PR cushioning, signals that this is serious. It's the kind of statement that could influence trade talks, sway fan opinions, and even affect the morale of a team heading into what promises to be a high-stakes period in the season. Analysts are already breaking down the implications. If nobody in the locker room wants this player back, what does it say about the front office's decisions? Are there fractures between management and players? Could this lead to a shift in strategy, perhaps even a high-profile trade that would shake the NFC to its core? Meanwhile, the reactions online have been explosive. Fans have flooded forums, social media, and sports blogs, dissecting every possible angle. Some defend Hurts, arguing that he is speaking truthfully about a situation that has been quietly festering. Others speculate that there could be an ulterior motive, perhaps a subtle nudge to management, a way to send a message to ownership, or even a calculated move to influence the market for trades and contracts. The NFL thrives on this kind of layered drama, where statements are rarely just statements, and every word is parsed for hidden meaning. The idea that a star quarterback like Hurts would go on record in such a direct, unflinching way only adds fuel to the fire. Media outlets are scrambling to verify context, teammates are weighing whether to respond, and the rumor mill is operating at full capacity. Jalen Hurts' comments also shine a light on the human side of professional football, often overshadowed by stats, highlights, and game-day theatrics. At its core, this is about people, relationships, and the unspoken codes that govern team dynamics. When Hurts says, "Nobody on this team wants him back," it's more than just a critique. It's a glimpse into the delicate balance of egos, ambitions, and loyalties that make up an NFL locker room. Fans tend to focus on the on-field action, but these behind-the-scenes narratives often determine the trajectory of a season, the fate of players, and the legacy of a franchise. The fact that Hurts has chosen to speak up now suggests that this is a pivotal moment, one that could define not only the immediate future of the Eagles, but also the broader narrative surrounding the NFL's most compelling stories. Insiders speculate that the fallout from Hurts' statement could be wide-ranging. Teams looking for a seasoned presence might see this as a golden opportunity, while rival teams could exploit perceived cracks in the Eagles' armor. Front office strategists are undoubtedly recalculating. considering how to manage both the media storm and the internal morale of the team. The timing, as always, is crucial. The off-season, preseason, and early regular season are periods when narratives like this can gain momentum, influencing everything from ticket sales to player psychology. Hurts' words have the power to ripple across the league, not just within Philadelphia. And the ensuing weeks could see a flurry of moves, reactions, and counter-statements that keep this story alive long after the headlines settle. And let's not forget the psychological dimension. Locker room sentiment is notoriously tricky to gauge, but Hurts' direct approach forces everyone involved to confront the unspoken realities. Teammates who may have previously remained silent are now under pressure to respond, while coaching staff must navigate the tricky terrain of leadership, cohesion, and public perception. It's a high-stakes balancing act, and Hurts has thrown down the gauntlet. The implications for team chemistry are immense, and the narrative potential is enormous. Sports, after all, is as much about storylines and personalities as it is about yards, touchdowns, and wins. A revelation like this transforms the Eagles' offseason from a period of routine preparation into a dramatic saga, with tension, intrigue, and uncertainty hanging in the balance. As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear. Jalen Hurts has inserted himself into the conversation in a way that cannot be ignored. His words are a spark, igniting discussion, speculation, and debate. They remind us that football is never just a game. It's a complex interplay of talent, ego, strategy, and human emotion. For Eagles fans, it's a moment of reckoning, a chance to peer behind the curtain and see the realities of their team laid bare. And for the rest of the NFL, it's a tantalizing hint at potential drama, trades, and strategic shifts that could reshape the league. Hurts' statement is the kind of revelation that feeds the rumor mill, excites the media, and gives fans plenty to talk about. Because in the world of professional football, stories like this are what keep the game alive off the field as much as it thrills on it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.